My heroes have always been cowboys and a few R's. And stare at this. Hi, I'm Steve Mudflap McGrew. I'm represented by Radical Talent, and I've been doing comedy 36 years. So I could get on stage and make fun of my crazy ex-wife. Yes, I did. New Talent Night, Animal. They used to call it Animal Night back then. I don't. Now it's open mic, New Talent. It sounds so polite. I started down with Bill Hicks and Sam Kinison and all those guys, part of the Houston group. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. I heard that RMC tonight go, he was a country musician who's now doing comedy. No. I won 3 country music awards, CMA awards, country music awards, because I was a country radio DJ. That's kind of, yeah. But I was already doing comedy. That's how I ended up on the radio. But my comedy heroes have always been like Jonathan Winters, Carlin, of course, but I was a big fan of Pryor when I was a kid, because I would sneak those albums. Those are the ones you weren't supposed to hear, you know. I worked for Dolly Parton for a year as her opening act, and that was so much fun. I'm actually going to go see Dolly. She's coming to Denver, and I contacted her backup singer. We're still friends, and he's like, "I'll tell Dolly." And Dolly, I got a note back that she said she's leaving tickets for you. So I haven't seen her in 20 years, so I'm actually going to go back and see her. I'm very excited about that. Comedy is everything. I mean, if you can't laugh, you're in trouble. And I think you have to laugh at things. And I think you can actually send a message. If you can get somebody to laugh at it, they'll go, "Oh, you know, he's kind of right. Yeah, you know, he's kind of got a point there." And so I think being able to do a little bit of both. You know, I do a lot of relationship stuff. So it's nice when people come out and go, "Oh, you know, we're so related to that." You know, I think that helps them realize it's not just us. Because I think people, in a lot of times in a relationship, they're fighting and they go, "I don't know, is it just us?" My friends, yes, they do. They just hide it well. We all fight about the same stuff. So, and part of comedy is not your jokes. It's the selling of the joke. I mean, it's the actual, you know, I see these people up there holding the mic, you know, being real still. And, you know, you're not selling it. You know, you're not selling it. It's different because I can't work a room. I know people that can just go out and interact and shake hands and have fun, and they're personable people, and me, I have to be right here. And as soon as I come off the stage, I'm very shy, very introverted in real life. But I think part of that is this person gets to be who I would like to be. You know, and I'm very much a listener and a reader, and I kind of describe myself as like a social detective. I like to look for clues and things, and then put them together and go, "See, that's where this is headed. That's what they mean by this." You know. I'd be the cartoonist for a newspaper, which is what I was before I did stand-up. I used to be the cartoonist for the Houston Chronicle. I was drawing all my life. I mean, that was, when I was a kid, I used to sketch. And then I used to go, when I was in high school, I used to go hang out at the newspaper, and I made friends with the guy who was the cartoonist, and I kind of became like an apprentice, and, you know, I was helping, and so I just knew that one day this is what I wanted to do. Horribly. I'm lucky to say, knock on wood and fake brick, that I haven't had like a bad show in a long time. But I think that's not bragging. That's having enough material to change gears. And I think it's one thing comics don't plan on. You know, they think, "Well, I've got 20 minutes." No, you might You might if they like every word that comes out of your mouth. And I think you have to learn to shift gears, like have enough. I tell a lot of people, have twice as much as you need long before you ever do it. Okay, they're older, they're not going to go for this. Are there couples? This will relate better. Or you watch the act in front of you, go, you just tried to do 10 minutes of pot jokes for an audience that didn't buy 2 minutes of it. So shift gears, you know. I can't sit down at a blank piece of paper and write. It has to actually just come to me, like a joke. That's why I love Twitter. I love Twitter because I could just come up with something and post it and then go back and read it and then I can reword it. But it has to happen. I don't know how people sit there and just stare at a blank piece of paper. I'm going to write 6 jokes today about Red Bull. You know what I mean? That's weird to me. It has to almost happen to me or come to me, or I've actually had jokes come to me in my sleep, like, and if like a face comes up and tells me a joke, and I wake up in the night and I jot it down. It's really weird. The joke spirit goes, here's a good premise.